So guys, it appears the IGP is losing out at this time as things are not working out the way they planned. We all know that an activist was arrested and now the court has given this order that they should either arraign her or release her unconditionally. We know how she was taken in Lagos, and before you know it, they took her to Lagos, and people are saying that that is a case of kidnapping. So what the Nigerian police is doing now, they are just making people to be afraid of the police instead of police being a friend to people. Now people are scared of the police. If you speak against anybody, they will just come and pick you up, whether in Lagos or anywhere. Before you know it, they will just take you to Abuja. So the court has ordered that lady should be released if they don't want to, arraign her. So guys, apart from that, you need to see what the Nigerian police did to a Nigerian. I mean, you need to watch this video because he was wearing a camouflage trouser and they almost tore everything on him. I think this is just excessive use of their force and all that. You need to watch this video and see how Rufai and his fellow crew members analyze this video. And apart from that, also recently a TikToker was picked up for coming out to speak against the powers that be and all that, the order coming from the IGP, like Nigerians should not talk against government officials and all that. So this guy made a video challenging that order. Guess what? Before you know it, he was picked up. Thank God for Barrister Effiong, who worked tirelessly to ensure that he was released. This guy even has a young baby that is less than 1 year old. Guess what? The baby, the mother, and Barrister Effiong, all of them, they were on this, and finally this guy was released after being detained for some time. So guys, we don't even know what is becoming of this country.
This is the way I can tell people that I love Nigeria. It's by telling people to actually leave. Because I've seen it firsthand how your life can literally change just by leaving the country. Everything dies in Nigeria.
Instead of the police to become friends to Nigerians, the police is rather becoming a monster to Nigerians. Despite the hardship, instead of them to encourage people, they are threatening people not to speak up, not to talk, and not to say anything about the leaders or anything against the leaders, lest they risk being arrested. So guys, I'm just going to allow you to take a look at this video for yourself so that you see what I'm talking about. Take a look.
The Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday directed the Nigerian police to either arraign Olumide Thomas, the activist who cursed at Seyi Tinubu, son of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, within 48 hours or release her unconditionally, declaring her prolonged detention a violation of her fundamental rights. Olamide, who's a nurse, was arrested for calling for the death of Seyi Tinubu on social media. She was arraigned on a 3-count charge bordering on cyberbullying. She was among the protesters arrested by the police on October 20th during the rally to commemorate the 4th anniversary of NSAS at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos. The activist was also accused of insulting the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, and police spokesperson Muyiwa Adejobi in a Facebook video recorded after her arrest. Dr. Bati, I took this story. Unfortunately, we couldn't, elaborate on it. So it's great to see an update that, the Federal High Court in Abuja is insisting that they either, arraign her or release her immediately, really quickly.
Okay, first, cursing is not a criminal offense under the Nigerian Criminal Code. I think the interpretation is that these are swear words. Although, from a moral angle, when I saw that video, I was wondering how a woman will go to that extent to place curses on the president's son, place curses on the president, the Inspector General of Police. I mean, it's morally distasteful. However, the police arrested her. The first thing was that she was arrested in Lagos and taken to Abuja. That looks like a case of abduction, as if she was being arrested for a crime. Absolutely untidy as the things she said. In fact, I find the causes really offensive. And I wonder about the upbringing of some of these people, who just go on social media and abuse other people. So maybe they will charge her for cyberbullying, whatever, under which exists under the laws. The second thing is that the story says her uncle was first arrested in a place Now, there's no section of the Nigerian law that says that a third party must be arrested in order to produce the other person. It is the man or the woman who has committed the crime or the offense or the misdemeanor who should be arrested. No, you can't go and commit something now, and they will say because I come to Arise News and I sit at the same table with you, then they will say if you grab Ruben Abati, he will produce the other person. The law does not work like that.
But they do it very well in Nigeria, which is
it is wrong. It is wrong. Now the third thing is the point made by Justice Lehman. You know, Justice Lehman was saying this person should be arraigned. What the law says is that if you are arrested within 48 and 72 hours, you must be taken to court. Right? Section 35 of the Constitution, Section 36 of the 1999 Constitution. You must know your offense. It must be spelled out to you in the language that you understand. You must be taken to a court within the jurisdiction of where you committed the offense within 72 hours. And you must be allowed to have a lawyer to defend you. Now, you can't just grab somebody from Lagos, take the person to Abuja, and after 72 hours, the person is still languishing in jail. Now, what the judge has said is that, look, this person must be taken to court within 72 hours or freed, because this is a fundamental human rights enforcement. But I think there's another leg to the case, which they say is criminal. Apart from the civil part of it, you know, maybe that's the cyber crime that they are talking about. But the person who has committed whatever offense must have a day in court, and she must be given the right, you know, to defend herself fairly and justly. So this will speak to the kind of violations that we have seen on the part of the police in recent times.
Yes.
Abusing people's rights routinely. No matter how distasteful I find Olamide Thomas's vituperations on social media, I think she still deserves fair hearing.
Absolutely. Talking about the police in Rivers State, though, a video has surfaced online showing 4 police officers assaulting a young man for allegedly wearing camouflage-style trousers. Let's take a look if we have that video.
What happened? Because when we are this thing, that is the problem. They don't give me a call. I know I said Chairman leave the house, come out to
What type of thing is this?
I mean, it's the level of madness that goes on in this country in general, and you can see the greatest purveyors, the police. And when people say it now, they say, oh no, it's not us. But who's doing this? Just like the police went to arrest somebody in the Kwara the other day, and the police IG was saying Amuwa alone. Anyway, I'm sure he's gotten the memo that it's not Amuwa alone, that it's Amuwa police. Because that's the level of madness that goes on. I also want to segue to the case Dr. Bati was talking. Dr. Bati, yes, it's in bad taste that that woman went out cursing. But the truth is, and she cursed because she was in a place of pain.
Something was done to her.
Something was done to her.
She said she was shot.
No,
You
she
get-
then said
during the end.
Tear gas.
But she
So she
actually
cursed
said
because she was in a place
Yes,
of
she said she
pain.
was shot, yeah.
But please, I do not support her cursing that way. But the high-handedness as which she was picked up. Because we have a lot of these paid surrogates. If I open pages on social media, anything you say that doesn't agree with President Tinubu, that's what they curse words, political surrogates. So the police
maybe you should report
will claim that they don't say, if you report, the police answer you. Are you IG? So that's, you see, that's the inequity in our society. That's why our society is the way it is. It doesn't move forward. They are so quick to go and arrest her because they have the power. It's just a case of African China. Reach my waist, Timothy. They're not going to see him face for crime fighter. The police can quickly go and pull a woman from her location and arrest her because they have the power. Just like they went to arrest the man. Even when the man, and Ayo, the funny thing about that Kwara case is, When the man was arrested, it got to a point, the man said, I can pay you the 220,000 I owe you. They said they were not going to let the man go unless the person that told them to go arrest him comes. So it's the level of high-handedness, you see, just like these police officers. I think they should fish them out. And Mr. Muyiwa Adejobi should not come and now tell us that we are working on this. We must see full justice meted out on these police officers.
That's why I thought it was important to highlight
and that's
that.
just it.
All right, should we take another trending story? Well, this story has gone viral. Some Nigerians on social media have tackled the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, over his projection that all federal roads will be motorable this Christmas. Umahi spoke back in October in Akure, the Ondo State capital, during a town hall meeting organized by the Ministry of Works. Well, let's take this reaction. This is from Sizzle, who wrote, "Today is December 23rd. It is 48 hours to Christmas Day. In October, the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, promised that all federal roads will be motorable by Christmas. How far with this promise now? Have all the roads been fixed?" I mean, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. But, you know,
most of them are deplorable. You see, you know, they call it the East-West Road, that road that comes into Asaba. That federal highway is in a deplorable. I still traveled on that road on Saturday. I was going into Akukubo. The road is shambolic. In fact, it was so bad, Oji, that a truck got stuck in the middle of the road and it was just left there. So if you want to, a federal highway, you have to navigate beside the truck in the middle of the road.
All right.
The road is terrible. I know that one for fact.
All right, I know that there's another promise that he has made, though. And I'm hoping that. Okay, go ahead.
By saying that maybe if he's really serious about the promise, have a channel where people can report directly bad roads and immediately fix it. So a lot of people have been complaining about it. The power of social media. You can take a picture like when you're talking about the road you passed and say, okay, sir, this road has not been fixed. So if you have already given the contract to someone, they did not do the work. I think that would really help citizenship, you know, active citizenship, and also helping him to actually.
Also, maybe he hasn't gotten all the documents that he needed to complete. But Christmas is the time we need this to happen.
24 hours.
From Shagam, from that Shagam Benin Express.
Also, due to the economic hardship in Nigeria, it will shock you to know that some of these retired military men, they've not received their pay. Honestly, these are some of the things that Mr. Dele Farotimi is talking about. The system is designed in a way that is not meant for the people. It's meant just for the few elites, those that have found themselves in top places of authority. You know, that is the people that this system is favoring. But for the ordinary man, how can you leave the military for this long and you've not been receiving any benefit from the government? Tell me why people will not take to criminality and all kinds of things. We are living in an era where people don't even remember to go into civil service. I mean, to become civil servants, you know, because they know at the end of the day, it's either they are not getting good pay, or even if they retire, their pension is going to be story, and all that. There are a whole lot, you know. This country really needs to sit down and reprogram itself. I mean, those who call themselves leaders, they should look at what they are doing in this country and make sure things work for everybody. Just take a look for yourself.
Is it that since you retired in 79, you have not gotten one kobo or the money?
Kobo, nothing paid. That's
since 79.
79, the money they give.
Years now.
Elder Adebayo, when did you retire from the army?
I retired in 1979.
1979.
April 1979.
When did you retire from the army?
I retired from 1979, October 1979.
79. So, did you hear of the president's directive that all retirees should be paid?
Yes, sir. We heard of it.
Have you been contacted by the military
authorities?
At all.
Nobody contacted us. And this is exactly what they have been doing for long. This is not the first time.
What is not the first time? This is not the first time the president will issue directive.
Yes. And they will not follow it. They will neglect us.
Yes.
In the year 2007.
Yes.
In the year 2007.
Yes.
President Yaradua gave such instruction.
Yes.
After the verification we did by then, I have the papers here. He gave the instruction. But unfortunately, the man died two months later. After the death, we were informed to come to Odogbo Cantonment at Ibadan.
Okay.
To be told that all the computers used get burnt. Then I asked the officer, if it is true the computer get burnt, what of the master list?
Don't you have a backup?
He said he doesn't know anything about computer. What he was told to inform us is what he was telling us. Then I said, okay, assume the computer get burnt and you cannot lay your hands on the master list. Can't we have another verification? He said he cannot tell us. And that was the end.
Is it that since you retired in 79, you have not gotten one kobo or the money
Kobo, nothing. Nothing paid.
since 79.
79, the money they
45
give
years now.
79, the money they give us they give us money to pack away from the barrack. That was 900 and they give me 930 something naira. That was that time.
Less
to
than
pack
1,000.
away. Yes. To pack away from barrack. That year, that is.
Did you retire or were you dismissed?
No.
Dismissed.
We
applied
retire
for
with a voluntary discharge.
We applied
We
for-
have our certificate.
This is one or the
Everything is complete.
Yeah, guys, I believe we've all been seeing what is happening in the country for the past many days. The arrest of Dele Farotimi, Olamide, and several others. And now this Sky King or something, this guy that is always, speaking up against the excesses of the government on TikTok. What they are trying to do is to make sure that every, dissenting voice, every voice that is speaking against, their oppression and everything, that these voices are cut down. And they tested this water few months ago or thereabout, when I think the House of Rep attempted to pass a bill that anybody that insults the president or any government official or insult any religious leader, that there will be a capital punishment or something like that for that person. So they tested that water, people resisted online and they dropped that bill. So what they are doing now is testing the water again, arresting these people, for, just mere words on the internet, just speaking up. In the case of Olamide, she was oppressed and she said a prayer for our oppressors. Who wouldn't do that? What do they think people say to them, or pray? What kind of prayer do they expect that people pray for them in the street every day? So, but these people, they are testing waters. Olamide, this guy, something is not really the target. The target is the entire Nigeria. Is to make it legal that you cannot speak against, your leaders, or you cannot speak against the government or religious leaders. That is what they are trying to do. So the target now are not these people that are really being arrested now. They are just testing the water, see how, we process this. And I want to call on the Nigerian people that we should not accept this at all. That we should not let this slide. We must all come together and speak against this oppression, because this is not democracy. This is not democracy at all. We've already known for a while now that the democracy, for a long time, that the democracy that we have is nonsense. But where these people are moving to right now does not look like any form of democracy at all. This is a dictatorship regime. And we have to speak up. We have to stand as one. We have to look beyond anything and stand as one to resist this oppression that is being thrown at the Nigerian people. Otherwise, it might not be you today, it might not be me today, but soon, and every Nigerian. When we were saying these things that let's put boots on the ground and resist, these are policies that are being thrown, this starvation, this hunger, this inflation and everything. Many people didn't want to do that. They prefer ranting online. And I remember, when my leader, my electoral, said that whether you fight online, whether you put your boots on ground or anything, if they want to come for you, they will come for you. And these ways are coming to pass. So if you think you're an influencer, you just want to talk online, you just want to tweet, they will still come for you. Because oppressors are oppressors, and oppressors don't want people speaking against them in any form. And the best way to resist oppression is social revolution, meaning that the oppressed, they have to unite to say no to these oppressors. So it is time for us as Nigerians, especially the youth, we owe it to ourselves that we resist this oppression. The youth of Nigeria, every form of oppression, from the judiciary to the security to the government, their policies and everything. There is a need for an overhaul of this, system that keeps on oppressing us. This is why we are calling for a revolution, because only via revolution can we liberate ourselves. We first of all need liberation before we start talking about anything else. We have to purge out these leaders via revolution. And the only way to do it is to unite. Nigerians, we have to unite. Revolution now.
Guess what? She was picked up. But do you know that they just kept her in detention without any action? This is a woman, and you know what Nigeria is up to. Many people have health challenges. Now the court has given an order that is either she's arraigned or discharged unconditionally. So guys, that's to tell you that the Nigerian police is now becoming like a monster to the people that they are supposed to be friends with, honestly. So guys, you have seen it for yourself. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.